y'all? How we doing? Fuck yeah. That's awesome. Has anybody, like, especially over the past 2 years, anybody just become, like, disillusioned about life and the state of our world and just how shit's going? I'm just realizing now as I'm getting older that everything in life is just designed to lie to you. You know, it's all a lie. It's so much so to the point that you don't even question it. You just accept it as part of the norm. If you don't believe me, go to the shop Just Jeans. They're selling shirts. Look, man, if they lie to you about that, what else are they lying to you about, alright? I'm just telling you, question everything. That's all I'm saying. Global warming, they lie to you about global warming. They tell you, they're like, oh, you know, if you compost, if you recycle your takeaway cups, you know, you do your part for the environment. It's like, nah, man. Tell the corporations to stop doing, like, I don't even know what they're doing, but it's their fucking fault. Don't point the finger at me. I ain't do shit. Like, I have a friend who's like, I'm doing my part for the environment. I'm vegetarian. I'm like, how the fuck does that work, sweetheart? Like, she's like, well, I just eat less meat, and then the meat industry produces less cows. And then that means when there's less cows, there's less methane in the air and less deforestation to make room for the excess cattle. So that's why I'm a vegetarian, for the environment. I'm like, that's awesome, but you told me about this problem and I've thought about it for 20 seconds and I have a better solution. Your end goal is to have less cows. Let's eat all the fucking cows. What are we doing here? What are we sitting around with our dicks in our hands waiting for an entire industry to slow down? Time is of the essence. I come from a family of 100. You can put me down for 10 a week easy. We'll take care of this. Don't worry about it. They lie to you about everything, man. You just got a lot of shit that we got to worry about, you know? It seems like the people in power aren't doing anything. It's up to us to just worry, carry the weight of the entire world on our shoulders, man. It's crazy. Like, do you guys worry about terrorism? Like, I know we don't, like, worry about it on a day-to-day level, but, like, should we? Like, the scariest part is that it is a surprise. You don't get a heads up. You don't know what's going on out there. It's happened before. Sydney had the Lindt chocolate siege. You remember that? Just outside the Sunrise Studios. You could just tell Koshi was fist bumping off camera. I was like, oh yeah, the ratings, baby! Melbourne had a terrorist attack, the Burke Street Wall attack. You guys remember that? That was fucking crazy. And if you remember, the guy drove his car into the Burke Street Mall, got out, set it on fire, and then stabbed 6 people. That's fucking unbelievable. I remember reading that and just being so shocked. Because I couldn't believe that we lived in a society where you could be the victim of a mass stabbing. Like, stabbing such an up close and personal... Like, how the fuck are you the 6th guy stabbed? Like, at some point, you gotta look at yourself, champion. Like, are you so unaware of what's going on in your general vicinity? Fucking run, cunt! You're standing there like an idiot, being like, you seeing that? Oh, he just stabbed something. He's crazy. Did he just have another? Oh my god. I can't believe what I'm seeing. He just stabbed another person. Wait, did he just stab another person that was standing right next to, like right here? What do you think he's gonna do next? Get the fuck out of there, man. I don't mean to victim blame, you know. Sometimes I worry about myself and how I think. I've been having a bit of trouble lately, just like connecting emotionally and stuff. And my therapist thinks I should go get like an autism check, an autism test. And I've worried I was on the spectrum before. Like, I even did a Facebook quiz that told me as much, you know. You know, sometimes a quiz pops up on Facebook and you just do it and it's just like, oh yeah. And I did the quiz and it said like, you have autism. And I was just like, man, this is a BuzzFeed quiz on which Disney princess I am. Like, there's no way this is the result. Like, that's crazy. You serious? I thought I was a Pocahontas. I don't know, man. I'm awaiting the results to this test, and I don't know, man. I can't have this come back. You know, I can't find out that I have autism. Because in my mind, like the worst thing you could be is a minority within a minority. Because then the chances of you being a representative for that group just fucking skyrocket. And I'm not trying to be the representative for any group. Like, I'm just trying to chill. Like, you know, there's like, no one's looking for me to like lead like the black fight, because there's much smarter people out there doing it, you know? But the black autistic fight, I'm at the top of the list. I'm at the top of the list. Like, when's the last time you even heard somebody talk about it? This is me right now representing the community. I'm doing a pretty shitty job at it. I don't know, man. We just live in this era of just like instant activism. You know, if you're not, you know, contributing to solving the problem, you're a part of the problem. I don't agree with that, man. I'm just trying to relax. Like, don't look to me to like lead anything, man. I had a taste of it during the Black Lives Matter protest. You know, people were messaging me randomly out of the blue. My white friends would message me, just some of them just be like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Shut up, cunt. Don't." Some of them would send me apologies. Like, "I'm sorry." Like, what? Don't look to me to solve your white guilt. Some of them didn't even know what was going on. They were like, "Why are you guys outside? Like, is it the NBA championship parade? You guys love a parade, don't you?" I accidentally led a protest. That's what happened. I led a protest accidentally. That happened here? Nah. See, I showed up late. That's what happened. Never be tardy. I showed up late to a protest. They're all sitting at the park in one big circle, and I'm walking towards them. And as I'm walking towards them, they all get up and start marching towards me, all chanting. And I was just like, "Oh shit!" So I just turn around. I was like, "You know what? I'll walk in the same direction, and I'll slowly blend in to the group, and I'll just like make my way to the middle, somewhere out of sight." But they were a tight-knit group. You couldn't break apart this group. And I'm walking at the front next to this guy who's like 6'5", and he's yelling and shit. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna just follow what he does. He's 6'5". He knows what he's doing, clearly. He's 6'5". Eventually we get to a fork in the road and he's like, "Hey man, where are we going?" I was like, "I don't know, man, I'll follow what you do." I was like, "All right, let's just go this way." And then we went that way. And just met by a sea of police who just sent everybody home. And everybody looked at me like I was a traitor. Like, dude, I didn't even want to be here, man. Shit is crazy. Whenever I have a good gig, I like to get myself a little sweet treat afterwards. And I will be getting one tonight because this has gone superbly. Ice cream sandwich, that's what I like to get. Anybody a fan of ice cream sandwiches? What wouldn't you be? Maximum, that's my choice, you know. It's a 2-in-1, you get the option, it's fucking sick, right? I had a good gig the other night, went to the convenience store, picked up my little ice cream sandwich, and I took it to the counter, gave it to the guy, and he took it from me. He looked at it for a few seconds, and then he was like, "I've also got ham and chicken sandwiches as well." Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking what you're thinking. What the fuck's this cunt on about? Like, man, I came here to get an ice cream sandwich because I wanted ice cream, not the concept of a sandwich. Like, that's not an upsell, dude. Where the fuck did you learn business? Like a mustache. Imagine if you went to buy a car, right? You went up to the dealership, you went up to the guy, and you're like, "Oh yeah, just a car, thanks." And the dealer goes, "Yeah, look, cars are well and good, man. But how about a train ticket?" I know how much you love the concept of traveling. Like, no, man. Hey, I've been Nat Damena, you guys have been sick. I'll catch you next time. Cheers.